Good morning, guys. Yesterday's lecture we have seen design of machine tool gearbox. Okay. Also, we have seen the introduction of the gearbox. Then, what is the purpose of using the gearbox? Then, types of the gearbox. Then, also, we have seen the need of the multi-stage gearbox in the machine tool. Right. Then after that we have seen the various laws for the step regulation. There are three laws are given: arithmetic progression law. Okay, arithmetic progression is the difference between any two successive spindle speed is constant. Yesterday example also we have seen the arithmetic progression law. Then second, geometric progression. In the geometric progression, the ratio of any two successive spindle speed is constant. Okay, also we have seen the example and advantages of the geometric progression law. Then harmonic progression. In the harmonic progression, the difference between reciprocal of any two successive spindle speed is constant. Okay, yesterday we have seen these things. Also we have seen the comparison of that three, right? To that, with the help of example, we have seen the advantages and disadvantages of that three progression law. Then next we will see also terminology, how to calculate the number of speed steps, okay, and number of stages, okay, the transmission group. We will see today's lecture some examples with the help of that figures. Here I have seen the different figures: 6-speed gearbox and 1 stage. How to identify that 6-stage gearbox, 6-speed gearbox? Z value is given 6, Z is equal to 6 and N is equal to 1. How to calculate the number of stages? See, if you have given the only 2 shafts, okay, then there is a only one transmission group, okay, or we can say the one stage of the gearbox. See, in the first figure there are a Z is equal to 6. You will get the different 6 pair, right? Means 3 into 3 6 3 into 3 plus 3, you will get the 6 gear on each shaft, okay, each shaft. That's why Z is equal to 6. Number of total speed you will get the 6 and number of stages you will get the 1. Here is a electric motor is attached to the one shaft. This shaft is called as a input shaft, and output shaft there is a spindle is attached to the output shaft. Means there are how many shafts are given? 2 shafts are given. That's why number of stages is equal to 1. Okay. In the second figure, say 6-speed gearbox and 2 stages. 6-speed gearbox and 2 stages. How to calculate the 2 stages? Again see that, see there 3 shafts are given: input shaft, intermediate shaft and output shaft. 3 shafts means you will get the 2 stages. Okay. In between 1 to 2 shafts you will get the first transmission group, and second and third shaft in between you will get the second transmission group. It is also called as a number of stages. You will get the 2 stages. Okay. Then third figure, see similar way you can calculate Z is equal to 9. Z is equal to 9. Okay. Total number of speed steps Z is equal to 9. Okay. And N is equal to 2. Again there are a 3 shafts and 9 speed steps. Okay. In the third steps, fourth figure, check that here you have given the Z is equal to 12 speed gear. Total number of speed are given 12, and how many stages are given? 3 stages are given. Again see, 3 stages means how many shafts required? 4 shafts required. Input shaft, there are 2 intermediate shaft and 1 is the output shaft. These are attached to the spindle. remember that at the output shaft minimum gear are required. Okay, remember that. Then next, see the terminology, how to calculate the p value. Okay, p1 and p2 value. Here is a number of speed steps in the first stage and second stage. How to calculate that two values? See, z is equal to 9, means how many speed steps are given? 9 steps are given. Total number of speed steps are 9. How to calculate that 9 speed steps? The value of p is either 2 or 3. Okay, you can take value of p either 2 or 3 only. Okay, 2 or 3. Number of speed steps in first stage 2, or number of speed steps in the first stage 3. Okay, you should choose the value p1 is equal to 2 or 3, because of from the one shaft you will get the two different speed. Okay, not single speed. If you want the single speed, then we are using the electrical motor. Okay, that's why in multi-stage gearbox we require the 2 or 3 speed number of speed steps in the different stages. Okay, we'll see with the help of that example how to calculate the value of p1 and p2. Already we have seen, okay, in the structural formula z is equal to p1 p2. Okay, I will write the p1 p2. Suppose p1 is equal to 2 and p2 is equal to 3. Either p1 is equal to 2 or p2 is equal to 3. Then 2 into 3 you will get the 6. Okay, these are not equal to the total number of speed steps, means z is equal to 9 is given. We require the 9. Then again I will change the value of p1 is equal to 3 and p2 is equal to 3. Then this condition will satisfy the total number of speed steps. Z is equal to 9, means z is equal to 3 into 3, you will get the 9. Okay, similar way we want to calculate the p1 and p2 value. Okay, for the first transmission group and second transmission group. Transmission group, it is also called as a first stage and second stage. Okay, means from in between shaft 1 to 2 you will get the number of speed steps in the first stage. Shaft 2 to 3 you will get the number of speed steps in the second stage. Okay, then you can choose the value p is either 2 or 3. Then see, q is used for the similar speed steps. How to calculate that similar speed steps? In the first stage you have to check the value of p1, and second stage you have to check the value of p2. p1 value is 3 and p2 value is again 3, means you will get the similar speed steps equal to 2. And we can write the p1 is equal to p2. All of you getting how to calculate? Okay, then see here I have taken one example, 12 speed 3 stages. Okay, 3 stages means here how many shafts? 4 shafts are there and speed steps are 12. Okay, then how to calculate z is equal to 12? How to calculate the p1, p2 and p3 value? See, there you will get the number of combinations. First combination, z is equal to 2 into 3 into 2. Okay, you can use z is equal to 2, p1 value is 2, p2 value is 3 and p3 value is 2. Okay, 2 into 3 6 into 2 12. You can this condition will be satisfied with the help of 2 combination. Again you can write p1 is equal to 3 2 2. This is also possible condition. Okay, remember that z is equal to p1 p2 p3. This value must be 2 either 3. Okay, see in the stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3, p1 value is equal to 2. Then number of speed steps, p1 is equal to 2, p2 is equal to 3, P2 is equal to 3. Okay, in again you can check in the kinematic diagram or gearing diagram. Here I have used in between 1 to 2 shaft. There is a total speed steps, number of speed steps in the first transmission group is a 2. That's why I have taken here 2 gears, one gear on the first shaft, second gear on the second shaft, and there is a one attachment is given, okay, to attach, okay, to connect the gear to each other, okay. That then you will get the pair of that gear. If gear are moving left side or right side, this will be connect to the another one gear, okay. Then you should you have to calculate the similar speed steps. How to calculate the similar speed step? P1 is equal to 2 and P3 is equal to again 2, means here Q is equal to 2, as P1 is equal to P3. You can write P1 is equal to P3 because P is equal to P1 is equal to 2, again P3 is equal to 2. Then see, if you have given the Z is equal to 4, total number of speed steps, then you can calculate P1 P2 value 2 into 2, okay. How many number of stages? There are a 2 stages, right. Q is equal to again 2 because of similar speed steps, 2 is there. Z is equal to 6, then you will get the combination 2 into 3, again number of stages, n is equal to 2. Z is equal to 8, then you will get the 3 different combination will required, because if you have taken 2 and 3 only, you will get the 6, but we require the 8. That's why P1 is equal to 2, P2 is equal to 2 and P3 is equal to 2. Again there are number of stages 3, and Z is equal to 3 into 3, 6 is there. Then we will take the n is equal to 2. You can calculate the value with the help of Q. Z is equal to 12. Again see, in that figure we have write 2 into 3 into 2 combination, but here again check 3 into 2 into 2 combination. This is also possible. Then number of stages 3 and Q is equal to 2 because P2 is equal to P3. Okay, all of you getting? Then next important part is the advantages of the geometric progression law. We have seen there are 2 advantages. There is a constant loss of in economic cutting speed in total speed range, okay. This advantage we have seen, and second is a better design gearbox feature, okay, in the geometric progression law, okay. See, there is a one figure I have drawn. We have seen there is a V optimum. V optimum is a optimum cutting speed. This is given in a meter per minute, okay. D is given, diameter of the workpiece. There is a D1 and D2 value is given. D1 is the diameter of the first workpiece, D2 is the diameter of the second workpiece, okay. As per the workpiece, you should require the different spindle speed, right. That's why for diameter D1 I have taken the N1 spindle speed, okay, different spindle speed, and D2 diameter required the N2 spindle speed. If you want the optimum spindle speed, then again we should draw here one more line. See, the we have seen in the geometric progression speed steps and spindle speed. Already we have find out the decay value, diameter range related to that spindle speed. If the spindle speed is 35, then diameter range is a 181.89, N2 is equal to 44.1, then diameter range is 144.36. Similar way up to N12 you will get the different spindle speed for the different diameter range, okay. You should calculate the N optimum value with the help of cutting speed formula. Let us assume that the optimum spindle speed N optimum is lies between the two spindle speed V optimum and V in between the two spindle speed. Here is a we have considered n1 and n2, or we can take the nk or nk plus 1 shown in that figure. Okay, is the spindle speed selected for the cutting operation should be either n1 or n2 according to the actual cutting speed. This actual cutting speed is a v1 or v2. Okay, then you will get the two formulas. v1 is equal to pi d n1 divided by 1000, and v2 is equal to pi d n2 divided by 1000. This is the cutting formula. Okay, and this v1 is less than v optimum is less than v2. Okay, similar way you should remember that vk is, we can write vk is less than v optimum is less than vk plus v, means optimum cutting speed is less than particular cutting speed is less than again the particular cutting speed. Okay, cutting speed we have shown the here vk plus 1. Okay, or vk, if you are putting k is equal to 1, then you will get the v1 value, v optimum as it is, and k plus 1, again k plus 1, k is equal to 1, you will get the v2 value. The difference between the actual cutting speed means v1 or v2 and the optimum cutting speed is known as the economic cutting speed, is known as a loss of economic cutting speed. The loss of economic cutting speed is maximum when the optimum cutting speed is lies between the middle of the two speed, actual speed v1 and v2. When we will get the loss of economic cutting speed is maximum when v optimum is lies between v1 and v2, then you can calculate the v optimum value. Okay, v optimum value, or we can say delta v1 or delta v2. What is delta v1 and the maximum loss of cutting speed range we have calculated with the help of delta v1 and v2. Okay, from that two equations see maximum loss of economic cutting speed delta v1 is equal to delta v2. Okay, or you can calculate delta v max is equal to v2 minus v1 divided by 2. Okay, put the value of pi dn divided by 1000, this in that two equation, then you will get the final equation delta v optimum is equal to v2 plus v1 divided by 2. Okay, put that value, then after that dividing the dv max by d optimum. Okay, v optimum, if you have divided this and find out the value, then you will get the pi minus 1 or divided by pi plus 1, and you can multiply by dv max is equal to pi minus 1 divided by pi plus 1 into v optimum. Phi must be constant. We have seen in the geometric progression this phi must be constant. This possibility you will get only in the geometric progression law. Okay, in the loss in economic cutting speed is constant in geometric progression law. That's why we are choose this geometric progression law. Okay, if the loss of economic cutting speed is constant, a range of rpm value, you know that. Okay, material should be maintained for the even cut. Material should be, you will get the maintained for every cut, you will get the even material. The diameter reduce, speed also has to be increased. We will see the advantages. Optimum distribution of the gear speed. Okay, optimum distribution of the gear speed. Then constant loss of economic cutting speed, constant loss of economic speed, and third advantage is a better gearbox design feature. Okay, see the effect of the geometric progression ratio. GP ratio phi, loss of economic cutting speed, then speed steps and compactness of drive. If the GP ratio phi value is lower value, if you are getting the lower value, this value is lower, okay, less than or equal to 1, okay, this value, then loss of economic cutting speed will be minimum. Loss of economic cutting speed will be minimum, and you will get the speed steps. Speed steps you will get the large number, means z is equal to 12 or maximum that. And compactness, you will get the complicated drive and expensive. This drive will be expensive. If the GP ratio value is higher value, then loss of economic cutting speed you will get the maximum, and speed steps you will get the small number of speed steps, and this drive also will be compact, okay. Then in the compromise between loss of economic cutting speed and compactness of drive, the value of GP ratio phi we have seen in the economic loss of economic cutting speed. We have seen one derivation, delta V max is equal to phi minus 1 divided by phi plus 1, okay, into V optimum. This value of geometric progression ratio phi 1 is less than or equal to phi, or phi is less than or equal to 2. Already we have seen that. There is a one series is given. Sometimes in the examination you will get the series, R series, okay. This series are prepared when you design the gearbox, okay. In the gearbox design, a set of prepared steps ratio or prepared number is used to obtain the series of output speed of the gearbox. Means you can calculate the output speed of the gearbox with the help of that series. Also you will get the geometric progression ratio with the help of that series, okay, as per the application of the vehicle where we are using the gearbox, okay. This series is depend on that. If you are using the light motor vehicle, then you will get the R5 series. If you are using the heavy vehicle, then you will get the R40 series, okay. This series are given different series as per the application, okay. We will see the one example phi. If you have given the phi 40, then see R is equal to 40 root of 10, you can calculate directly phi value. If you have given the phi 20, then 20 root of 10, again you will get the 1.12. This way you should calculate the different value for the different series, okay. Then see next part is a kinematic or structure diagram for the of the gearbox, okay. How to draw the kinematic or structure diagram for the gearbox? How to draw this kinematic or structure diagram for the gearbox? Okay, you know the value of the P. This is the P is the number of speed steps in the first stage. P2 is the number of speed steps in the second stage. P3 is the number of speed steps in the third stage, okay. Before going on that, you know the how to calculate the structural formula. How to calculate the structural formula? You know the structural formula. Structural formula is equal to P1 Z is equal to P1 into X1, then P2 X2 and P3 X3. This is the structural formula, okay. We can write that structural formula. All of you remember that structural formula. It is nothing but mathematical expression giving the distribution of number of speed steps in a stage or transmission group, and the number of spindle speed steps by which two adjacent value of each stage or transmission group are separated. This value are separated. If you have given in that figure, says one example is given, n is equal to, you have given the 3 stages and 12 speed steps, z is equal to 12 is given, okay. Why structural formula? Why a structural diagram or ray diagram or speed diagram, okay, or speed chart we can say, okay. First you should decide the number of shaft, okay. Decide the number of shafts. As per your number of stages, you should decide the number of shafts. If there are 3 stages, then you will get the 4 shaft, n plus 1 shaft. Okay, n plus 1 shaft, 4 shafts. Then you should complete the 3 stages. Okay, after knowing the speed, spindle speed n1, n2, n3 up to the nz. Okay, that speed you should know the number of speed steps. Okay, number of speed steps, z is equal to suppose 12. Okay, decide the number of gears on each shaft. Okay, first decide the number of gear on each shaft. Okay, how to decide that? With the help of p1, p2, p3 value. See, here is a p1 in between the first shaft and second shaft. Okay, first shaft and second shaft. Here is a first shaft, there is a one gear is connected. This gear are connected for the speed reduction. Okay, there we are using the speed reduction. Okay, here is a one vertical line I have drawn. Check that line. Okay, after that line, here you will get the 2 pairs. Here you will get the 2 pairs in between the first and second shaft. There is only one here. After that second and third shaft, there are 2 pair. Then p2 is equal to 3. Here is you will get the 3 pair, and last p3 is equal to 2. Means here you will get the 2 pairs. With the help of that, you can remember and decide the arrangement of a gear on each shaft and calculate the number of teeth. Calculate the number of teeth with the help of different formulas. How to draw the structure diagram? See, structure diagram, you have the z is equal to how much? 12 number of speed steps. Okay, you have to draw the 12 number of horizontal lines. Okay, how many speed number of stages? Here is a 4 stages are given. Here is a 4 stages are given because of 5 shafts are there. First shaft, second, third, 4 and 5. Means you will get the number of stages are 4. Right? 5 shafts means number of in between first and second shaft you will get the first stage. Then second to third shaft you will get the second stage. Okay, third to third stage, and fourth to fifth you will get the fourth stage. Similar way you should draw the structural diagram. You know how to draw the structural diagram. In that given figure, they are starting from the input shaft. Okay, input shaft, they are drawing the cross line, but second to third, say there is a gap, is again you have to calculate the x value, x1, x2, x3 value. To calculate that value, we will see in the structural formula how to calculate that values. Okay, x1, x2, what is the x1, what is the x2, up to the xn. Okay, number of spindle speed steps by which two adjacent speed value of particular speed stage, okay, or transmission group. If you have given the x2, then second stage. If you have given the nth xn, then this is the n stage group. This is the characteristics value x we are using. This value for the first stage, x1 is equal to, you will get the 1. Okay, x1 is equal to 1. You should calculate x2 is equal to, then take the p1, x3 is equal to, then take the p1, p2. We have seen already how to take this. Then see, here is a one sequence is given. Okay, structural formula is written, z is equal to p1 x1 p2 x2. This is the structural formula. Z is equal to p1 3 and x1 is equal to 1, and 3 into 3 is there. Okay, second stage. Okay, then stage 1 and stage 2. See the structural diagram how to draw. You start from the center. First check that how many total number of speed steps are given. Okay, z is equal to, how to calculate, 3 into 1. Okay, and 3 into 3. Okay, how much? You will get the 9 speed steps. Okay, means how to calculate Z is equal to P1 into P2 only. Z is equal to what? P1 into P2. Okay. Then what is the value of P1 and P2? 3 is there. 3 into 3, 9. You will get the total number of speed steps is equal to 9. And how many stages are given? See, in the first stage, P1 x1, this is the first stage. What is the second stage? 3 into 3, this is the second stage. Means you have given 2 stages and total number of speed steps are 9. Total number of speed steps are 9. Then how to draw the structure diagram? Okay, first total number of stages are given 2. Then draw the 3 vertical lines. Means you will get the 3 different shafts: input shaft, intermediate shaft and output shaft. First, second and third shaft. Okay, n plus 1 shaft you have to draw vertically. Okay, then Z is equal to total number of speed steps. You have the 9 speed steps. Then draw the horizontal line, 9 horizontal lines, 9 horizontal lines. Then you will get this box, first stage and second stage. In the first step, see, there is a Z is equal to 3 and X is equal to 1. Okay, how to draw this 3 transmission line? Okay, we will start from the center. We will start from the center. Okay, where is the center? At the 5. At the 5. Okay, then see, I will mark here one point at the 5 number line on the shaft number 1. Okay, then after that, see, there is a gap is given 1 in between that 2 line. Okay, we will consider in between one box. Okay, n1 to n2 there is a 1 centimeter distance. Assume that. Okay, how to remember that? Assume that n1 to n2 is equal to 1 centimeter line distance, and we will require the 3 line. In pink color I have drawn the 3 line. Okay, first is a horizontal line. You will get the constant speed from the first shaft to the second shaft. Then second shaft, one line I have drawn the incline in upward direction, left to right side in the upward direction, and one line I have drawn the left to downward direction, that in pink color. Okay, you will get the in the first stage 3 1 3 1. This is in first stage. Okay, the structural formula. Then from that 3 second shaft, see the second shaft, you will get the 3 different points. Means you will get the 3 different speed from the first shaft to the second shaft. From that 3 different speed, again you will get the 9 speed. How to draw this? Again, see here 3 into 3 is there in the second stage. Again draw the 3 line. I have shown in the blue color. See n6 on the second shaft. I will explain n6 in the on the second shaft. Here you can check the value of that n6. I have drawn this n6 from the second shaft to the upward direction, left to right. I have joined this to n9, and second point I have joined to the n3. In between that you will get the gap. Check that from the center line n6 to n3 you will get the gap is 3, and above n6 to n9 again you will get the gap is 3. Means there is a, we have maintained the gap is 3 above the from the center line. Okay, then see how to draw the ray diagram. From the input shaft, okay, there is a electric motor is connected. Suppose you have given the 720 rpm of that electric motor. I have shown in the electric motor shaft. Here is a first line, electric motor shaft EMS. Okay, electric motor shaft. Here is a, suppose you have given 720 rpm of that electric motor. Where is this 720 rpm? In between in the last 2 shafts, Okay, from the second figure, check that. Here is a 9 speed is given. In between 9 8 and 9 9 n9 n8 and n9, in between that 720 rpm is, that's why I have shown on the motor shaft. Here is a 720. these are connected to the input shaft. Motor shaft is directly connected to the input shaft. I have shown here this motor shaft is connected to the directly input shaft. Okay, here is a N5 is the input speed. Here you should consider the N6 also, N4 also, or N6 5 also. Okay, choose any one value for the input speed. I have choose here N5 is the input speed, and that we are connected to the first shaft to the second shaft. Okay, then similar way you have to choose the last value means N1 value. These are connected to the minimum value. This is the ray diagram. Okay, you should here show only the one line. No need of to show the all the lines in the ray diagram. Means how to reduce the speed from the motor shaft to the input shaft to the intermediate shaft to the output shaft. Okay, how to achieve that speed, minimum speed, we want to the show in the ray diagram. That's it. Okay, all of you getting? You should show only one line, don't show these lines. Okay, only show the only one line. Then speed chart. See what is the difference between the structure diagram and speed chart. Okay, there is a similar speed structural diagram don't given the value of the which value, spindle speed value. They don't given the spindle speed value. They have given only the where is the spindle N1, N2, N3, N4 up to the N9. But in the speed chart you will get the that value. What is the spindle speed of the N1? What is the spindle speed of N2? What is the spindle speed up to the N9? You will get all the values. And if you have seen in the structural diagram, there is a no there is a no motor shaft, but here we want to the show the motor shaft. We want to the show the motor shaft, and this motor shaft is directly connected to the input shaft. We want to the show in the speed chart. This is the difference in between the structural diagram and speed diagram, or it is also called as a speed chart. And last is a sequence is a gearing diagram. To show the gearing diagram, this electrical shaft is connected to the pulley. Okay, belt drive is there, belt drive is connected to the input shaft. Here is a speed reduction we are doing. Okay, this input shaft, again there are on the input shaft there are some gears attached to the second shaft gear are attached to the third shaft, and this third shaft having the spindle. Okay, means we will get the output speed. This is the gearbox layout. It is also called as a kinematic diagram or gearing diagram. Remember the sequence. Okay, first you should find out the structural formula. Once you have calculated the structural formula, then draw the structural diagram. Then third is a ray diagram, speed diagram, and gearing diagram. Okay, then see we required the some input parameters in the kinematic diagram. This we will see in the next lecture. Today we'll stop here. All of you getting? You should try to draw this. If you have any doubt, then you can send on my personal number. Today we'll stop here. Thank you.